Hey, thank you so much for taking the time to listen in. Really appreciate the time because I'm going to take about 5 minutes of your time to invite you to come in and ask all your questions about artificial intelligence and machine learning from your subject matter expertise and domain expertise. As you see the AI needs, we are able to answer those questions in real time. And I know you have ChatGPT as an option to ask those questions, but sometimes ChatGPT is just not enough because it's a matter of how you frame the question, and that's how ChatGPT answers it. But in real interactions, we are able to take those questions and bring more questions out of it, sort of like opening the Pandora's box of your use case. And hopefully, you will benefit from this questioning because then you get to start thinking about feasibility and viability of these artificial intelligence use cases, maybe using your data or somebody else's data or the data that you're thinking of acquiring, but not sure how to go about it. So you have many ways to approach us as a community and ask us questions about what it is that you need to know. And we're glad to help because that's the way we develop the relationship. So that way, whatever use cases that you have in the future, we are one of the sole sources of information that you can come to, other than ChatGPT or friends or family or other consultants that you are probably very much familiar with. But we could be that one sole source of information where you can say, these guys have a perspective that nobody else does. So we have a specialty on semiconductor chips all the way to cloud and data management, change management. Name it the way you need it for AI. We probably have some sort of expertise around that. So even if it's like, say, finance related, financial industry or manufacturing industry or healthcare industry, we will have those expertise for you available and able to engage with them and give you the answers that you need. So I don't have much of the time to discuss all the AI possibilities here because the art of possibility is a wide spectrum here. But if you were to just pick one topic and stick with it to say, like, okay, that makes sense. Maybe I need to start thinking about AI, is because of the hardware. The way the shift in hardware prices are coming down and the hardwares are becoming more available, that is one of the art of possibility with AI. Because if the hardwares are available, that means the AI is just the next step because these hardwares are able to process the data, and that data is what AI machine learning is. So hardware, software, and data combined creates an AI-like experience for you. But the way we experience AI today, we don't necessarily think about hardware mostly. We think about the software, the web browsers that we're interacting with. And if you think about it from a hardware perspective, the humanoid robots are the next step, right? So people have a lot of speculations about humanoid robots. They say like, okay, no, it's just a fancy movie, and people are just mimicking what was told in the movies. Of course, we had hype before ChatGPT, which is the recent hype that we have. But the previous hype of Watson X kind of gave us a glimpse into what's going to happen next. IBM Watson X was a really big hype, and everybody thought AI is going to take over everything. But IBM Watson died down because it found its groove based on the needs and the use cases and feasibility and viability of IBM Watson X. Same thing's going to happen with ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a very big hype right now. Everybody wants it, loves it, but it doesn't necessarily have that feasibility and viability studies conducted yet through experience. We have some concepts and theories, but not necessarily practical implementation of it. So what you have is the next step forward, which is the humanoid robots, and that's the hardware piece I want to talk to you about because this shifts everything to the right a little bit because you don't have laptops anymore, you don't have a monitor anymore, and you literally have a bunch of IoT devices that has AI capability built into it, and you have to manage those hardwares to say, this is how I would like you to interact because you're my hardware. And if somebody was to steal this hardware, they shouldn't be able to access it. Sort of like your phone in your hand that is password locked. But these password locked IoT devices are interacting based off of your feedbacks and comments, and it has a personalization based on your need. So this could be in your home, this could be in a manufacturing shop floor, this could be in a healthcare setups, right? Wherever the setups are, this hardware will have a specific use case that you have to relay the feasibility and viability of those use cases to your team, to your departments, managers, to the stakeholders, to the board of advisors, whoever it is. You want to be able to communicate these AI needs to the perspective of future, the present, and the past, and then say like, okay, this is how it's going to play out, and these are the most KISS method that we can put this hardware through, right? Which is that keep it interoperable, scalable, and sustainable, right? KISS. KISS. So if you have this method in place, you're able to communicate on these ideas. That's what we're here for. We would really like you to ask those questions, so we are enabling you to answer those questions and communicate with high confidence. So thank you so much for taking this 5 minutes with me. Really do follow us on LinkedIn. I try to post almost every day, and hopefully some topics that will resonate with you. So I post a wide variety of topic. So that way, when you ask us a question, you know what sort of answers you're to expect, but they'll be all based on few specific formula, and those formula is what we enable you with. So that way, when you communicate, you have the confidence to communicate about those topics, and you're using the formula that is universally accepted, which is that these information about data and software and hardware is never going to go away anytime soon, regardless of how much AI changes us. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon.